Can I fix it for food? Caught the morning sun outside the glossy Southern California auto shop. This story demands your attention, because what you're about to hear proves you should never judge a man by the clothes on his back. And before you even blink or scroll away, hit subscribe right now, because stories like this expose truth, humility, redemption, and the kind of justice America was built on, and you won't want to miss what happens next. As the man holding that sign was laughed at, mocked, and dismissed by customers sipping lattes and mechanics revving million-dollar engines. A black homeless man with a beard streaked gray, oil-stained hands, and a voice so calm it confused people when he spoke, and when the shop manager stepped outside and sneered, asking if he was lost, the man simply nodded toward a broken classic Mustang parked crookedly near the bay doors and said quietly, "I can fix that, just need something to eat," which triggered laughter from a group of younger techs who joked about letting him tighten lug nuts for fries, while one customer filmed on his phone, whispering that this was what America looked like now, and the man lowered his eyes, not in shame but in patience, because patience had kept him alive through nights under bridges, winters on concrete, and memories that haunted him louder than traffic, memories of roaring engines, screaming crowds, national anthems, and a racing helmet once lifted in victory as his name echoed across tracks. From Daytona to Talladega, though none of them knew that yet, because the world had forgotten him, just as it forgets anyone who falls too hard or too quietly. And when the manager told him to move along before police were called, a sudden engine cough drew everyone's attention. The Mustang refusing to start, its owner red-faced and furious, blaming the shop for days of delays, and the homeless man stepped closer, eyes narrowing not with desperation but recognition, murmuring something about fuel pressure and a faulty relay, which made an older mechanic pause, because the diagnosis was correct, but pride drowned curiosity and the manager snapped that advice wasn't free. So the man turned to leave, hunger gnawing, dignity intact, until the Mustang owner scoffed and said, "If you fix it, I'll buy you lunch," expecting failure and entertainment, and that was the first mistake, because within minutes the man had scavenged a tool, bypassed a relay, recalibrated a sensor by feel alone, and the engine roared to life smooth as a heartbeat, silencing the lot, stunning phones into stillness, and the owner's smile died as the homeless man wiped his hands and simply said, "Told you." But instead of thanks came suspicion, accusations of sabotage, threats of police, because America often punishes those who don't look like they belong, and the manager demanded credentials, licenses, proof, and the man reached into his coat slowly, pulling out not a weapon but a faded laminated card, cracked and worn, bearing his face younger, confident, helmet tucked under his arm. A name that once dominated racing headlines, a name some of the older men recognized instantly, because legends never truly disappear. They just get buried under time and silence, and when one mechanic whispered, "That's him," the air shifted, disbelief rippling like electricity, because this man had broken records, survived crashes that should have killed him, challenged an industry that never wanted him there, and paid for it with blacklisting, lawsuits, and a career erased after he exposed corruption that powerful sponsors buried, leaving him bankrupt, ostracized, divorced, and eventually homeless. A hero discarded because he refused to stay quiet, and his phones came out again, no longer mocking but documenting. The man looked exhausted, because fame returning is louder than hunger, and he didn't want apologies. He wanted food, so he accepted the lunch, ate slowly, savoring dignity more than calories, while the shop scrambled to apologize, offering jobs, sponsorships, publicity, but he declined, because redemption isn't about reclaiming the past, it's about choosing the future. And he walked away that afternoon with a full stomach and a promise to himself that he wouldn't disappear again. Yet the video went viral anyway. Millions watching as America argued in comments about respect, race, homelessness, and forgotten heroes, until a former rival reached out, offering a place to stay, a chance to mentor young drivers, and weeks later the same shop that mocked him hosted an event in his honor, packed with fans who suddenly claimed they always believed in him, while he stood quietly, humbled, speaking not about engines but about how quickly people dehumanize what they don't understand. And when a young black kid asked him how to become a racer, he knelt down and said, "Learn the machine, respect yourself, and never let them convince you that hunger defines your worth." And that moment mattered more than any trophy he'd ever won, because legends aren't built on speed alone. They're built on resilience, truth, and the courage to stand tall even when the world tries to grind you into the pavement. And if you ever doubt that greatness can wear torn clothes or sleep under a bridge, remember the man with the sign who asked to fix something for food and ended up fixing the way people saw him and themselves, proving that America still has room for redemption if we're willing to look twice, listen longer, and judge less.